Joining us now from House Foreign Affairs, Florida Congresswoman María Salazar. We love Congresswoman Salazar. She's a straight shooter. When you watch, what was your reaction?
Well, thanks for having me. It's very simple. Kamala Harris cannot say what she really thinks. So she has to memorize the lines, something opposite of what she really believes. And that's the problem. That when you ask a good question, she doesn't have the answer because she cannot tell you what she really would do, which is the problem with the border. They did away with 94 presidential designated decrees from Trump that secured the border. It's true that the immigration system is broken. That's true. But Trump fixed it a little bit, and it stopped the flow. They undid that, and she cannot say it now because it's not convenient. It will cost her votes. That's the problem. That's why you see the struggle. I was a journalist. You can tell right away that the interview is lying, and she is.
And you won Emmys for your journalism. Bret Baier was trying to do a service of voters. Harris was asked specific questions about policy, needing specific answers. Again, in a 20-minute interview, she said the words Donald Trump over 20 times. That's more than once a minute. Trump is now ahead of Harris, 50-48, according to a new Fox News poll. So always pointing to Trump like 20 times. What do you think?
Well, because she has nothing else to say. They're running out of ideas. And like you said, the American public is not dumb. You may not like Trump, you may not like what he says, but you like his policies. And when he was in the White House 4 years ago, the price of eggs were down, the price of gas, we had no inflation, low interest rates, you could buy a home, and you were safe. There were no wars. And the border was sealed with whatever measures he took. I repeat, we got to fix it. But people remember, and that's why they're going to lose, because they have nothing to offer. And right there, she is such a bad candidate. Tell me, sorry.
No, I hear you. I hear your frustration. I'm feeling you on this. Let's get your reaction to the highlight reel. Let's watch what happened. Watch.
And Donald Trump, but let me just finish.
Six Democrats voted against that bill.
Learned about that bill and told them to kill it.
Your campaign slogan is a new way forward, and it's time to turn the page. You've been vice president for 3.5 years. So what are you turning the page from?
Well, first of all, turning the page from the last decade in which we have been burdened with the kind of rhetoric coming from Donald Trump.
Critics just say that you either relaxed or failed to enforce sanctions on Iran, allowing all of this money to flow into Iran, like billions
Let's
in
go back
oil
to Donald
profits.
Trump.
Why are they saying that? If you're turning the page, you've been in office for 3.5 years.
And Donald Trump has been running for office.
But you've been the person holding the office.
Come on.
Madam Vice President.
You and I both know what I'm talking about. You and I both know what I'm talking about.
I actually don't. What are you talking about?
I really didn't know what she was talking about because she was going back a decade and talking about Donald Trump.
Okay, so here's the thing. Congresswoman, the Democrats have been in control of the White House for 12 of the last 16 years. Bret Baier also said there were 4 Kamala Harris staffers waving their hands frantically back and forth to stop the interview. I want to get to this. Columnist and podcaster Ben Shapiro said this: it's not just that Harris is foolish or incoherent, it's a sneering disdain with which she treats even the possibility of having to answer questions or run a campaign. She was handed her vice presidency. Now she expects to simply be handed the presidency.
Because they made a serious mistake by giving that interview to a serious journalist like Bret Baier. And why did they do that? Because they're desperate. And when they realized that she could not finagle it and she could not get out of it, and that's why they say, no, we got to get her out. She got there late, and they ended the interview 5 minutes before. That meant desperation. And look, right there, she was caught. She doesn't know what to say, because if she says what she really believes, she loses the race.
Okay. Congresswoman Salazar, come back soon. We love having you on. It's good to see you.